What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. We back here once again. And look what has happened from the It Is What It Is podcast. So, for those who don't know, I'm going to catch everybody up to speed. Cameron spoke on Mike Epps and Shannon Sharpe's back and forth on his channel. He provided basically a step-by-step commentary of the things that happened. And then, Mase then provided some commentary for laughs and giggles about how he was joking and insinuating about how Shannon too brolic and dude's gonna go get the gun. And he was like, yeah, he gonna get the strap on you. Ooh, he was joking and then just doing some little, he gonna get the strap, joking about somebody going to go get the gun on a brolic dude like Shannon and all that, right? But then he provided a little extra piece at the end of that. And he was like, well, I think too, if basically, I'm paraphrasing. He was like, if you do sugary stuff, people can call you out for being sugary. It don't mean they hating on you. You just doing sugary stuff. You got to stop doing sugary stuff like that, right? I'm paraphrasing, but he said some stuff along the lines of that. And right there, he taking a shot at Shannon, like he telling Shannon, hey, stop doing gay stuff if you want people to stop calling you that. Stop doing gay stuff, right? And that right there, I think, is what set Shannon Sharpe off. It wasn't a joke, and I'm sure Shannon has heard jokes about him being too brolic to fight and all of that. It's that part in there where you throwing that extra shit in there about him possibly you doing gay stuff and all that type of stuff, right? That I'm telling you, I don't care what nobody say. People will say, you only, because some people, including women, will say, you only would get mad if you really gay. Bro, a straight man don't play about his sexuality being joked on and doing all of that. People don't be playing like that. Because it wasn't like a pause moment they made. Mase is out here saying you doing sugary stuff. Stop doing sugary stuff. Like you doing gay stuff out here. Now you playing with him, right? So Shannon Sharpe gets on his podcast, Nightcap with Chad Ochocinco, aka Chad Johnson, and say, it's this one dude. He was like, it's this one dude, man. He was a pastor. He was a gangster, then he a pastor. Now he a gangster again. I don't know how that worked, old roly-poly motherfucker. And people were like, oh, Shannon being sensitive. Mase was just playing. He was just playing. He was just joking about Shannon being a brolic dude. No, y'all didn't see the whole episode and the rest of the clip where he started talking about if you're doing sugary stuff, people should be able to call you out on doing sugary stuff and being sugary. You know what I mean? It's not them hating on you. He was talking about Mike Epps. When Mike Epps was saying Shannon Sharpe looked like Medea and Shannon would be looking at his balls in the interview and all of that. It was that part. And I'm telling you, Shannon because Shannon said, he don't really care about the gay jokes because he ain't gay and all of that. He does. That bothers him because now you playing with his name. And here we are once again, another podcaster throwing little shots, throwing jokes. I don't care what y'all say. The jokes about him being too brolic for people to fight, okay, that's a joke. But when you start telling them stop doing sugary stuff, you doing sugary stuff, people should be calling you out. People should be able to call you out for being sugary and all of that. See, now you playing. Because I would have said the same shit about Mase. I would have been like, yeah, bro, where I'm from, though, bro, street dudes don't turn pastor and then want to turn back street. No, bro. Don't talk on no street gangster shit. Rely on the shit. When you got into some real smoke, allegedly, where you was at, in Harlem, allegedly, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, New York people. You lean into the arms of the Lord, not on no gangster shit. And there's nothing wrong with leaning on God, because I'm a God-fearing man. But all this, he be talking a little slick. He don't be up there talking godly. He be talking with some street shit. And I would have called him on it. I would have called him on that shit too. Like, hey, bro. Nah, bro. Stay the pastor out, dog. Stop playing. And some people be like, because I remember I told y'all before, I was like, certain people I would have to fight. I said I had to whoop Cameron ass. You got to whoop Mason them ass if to be friends with them. Because they be taking shit a little too far. And you can't just beat them up. You got to beat they motherfucking ass. And I know people didn't like that. Oh, you too sensitive. You couldn't have made it in New York. And I have to tell people, no disrespect to New York. I got a lot of love for New York. A lot of my favorite rappers come out of New York. But I'm going to just say this, bro. I grew up in Chicago, Illinois. Gang bang city, fool. And I wasn't in the suburbs, in the hills. I'm right where the shit cracking at. Where all your favorite drill rappers was growing up at. I was growing up there, and I was this. I was a smiling kid. You know what I mean? And I always was, I was in the school. I was into school. I was exactly who I am now. It was no way I could have survived Chicago being a goofy, being a punk, or none of that. And I was my mama's only son. My brother was from my daddy now. Was from my father. I was my mama's only son navigating through these hoods. So I'm telling you right now, I feel like I could survive in any environment. But that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is that people be like, oh, people just playing. It's jokes. You too sensitive. See, what's jokes to you may not be a joke to another person, right? All that jokes, oh, he just joking. He just playing. Nah, bro, you keep playing with a man's sexuality, he gonna bust you on your motherfucking head. That's just how life go. You could be joking. Another person might not be playing. He might not be playing. Then what? Then what? Like, again, like, see, in Chicago, and I'm gonna say this, yeah, we be having sessions where we crack on each other, we joke amongst our friend group. But a stranger trying to crack on you, motherfuckers, Chicago folks do not like being the butt of jokes. Like, you know this, and I'm not even trying to egg this up or be proud of this, because I don't like any black on black, I don't like any violence being committed amongst black folks. I don't like that, right? I don't advocate for it or nothing. But that's why a lot of shit be happening in Chicago. Motherfucker be taking that jokey joke shit 1 too far. And saying, I seen a motherfucker get his teeth knocked out his mouth for joking like that. I'm talking about his shit knocked out for joking like that. You feel me? My homie Melvin seen a motherfucker get his eye shattered for joking like that. You know what I'm saying? Playing, not like that, but joking too much or playing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, playing too much. Like, you know, you gotta know everybody ain't playing like you. And you could be joking, you could say something, and you could be like, oh, I'm just playing, but somebody might not be playing. You know what I mean? Every action or everything has a reaction. And sometimes people's reaction ain't gonna be the same shit you was looking for. So you gotta be careful joking about a man's sexuality. Some people ain't playing like that. You feel me? Because let's be for real, we ain't on the prison yard, but in prison, moms might kill you for something like that. You know, and that's not cool, but it's not. I'm not advocating for that, but yo, yeah. Like, sometimes people be going a little too far. And everybody love Mase and Cam. And listen, I grew up listening to Mase and Cam now. But I know they assholes. I know how they rock, man. Real asshole-ish type dudes. Which I see a lot of motherfuckers from what I hear from Harlem world, from Harlem be like that a little bit. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people from Chicago that got asshole natures and all of that. And that's why the stuff be getting taken too far here. Because people be going way too far in the name of, I'm just joking, I'm just playing. Nah, what it really be, man? Sometimes Cam and Mason them think they got enough street ties and they street dudes so they can say whatever they want to say about whoever and ain't nobody gonna hit back. It's dudes that don't care about your street ties and all that. It's dudes that's regular dudes that'll beat your ass out here. And Shannon will beat the shit out of Mase. I'm sorry, he would. So, you know, he don't care nothing about Mase street ties or where he from and who he know. Old country dude, he don't care nothing about that, bro. He willing to rumble and willing to scrap about it sometimes. You know, and Shannon should be doing that because, you know, you don't want the brother to get fired. But I think Shannon, he trying to let folks know, stop playing with me. I ain't one of them dudes. So if you throw a shot in any way about me being sugary, I'm going to talk about you being a pastor, a gangster turned pastor. Now you a gangster again. Because that's funny. Where I'm from, that's funny. That's funny style. You know what I mean? You could be a stand-up individual and be a man and stand on principle. But Mase be trying to lean back into gangster shit on the podcast. And I'm like, hold on. Is you a pastor still or not, bro? Are you a pastor still or not, bro? I would have said the same thing to Mase. Hey, bro, what are you? Are you doing communion? Are you doing communion? Are you drinking the grape juice? Are you eating the what you call it? Still, the cracker or whatever the word is for it when it comes all packaged together. Or are you on the block with the killers? Which one? Because if you're doing both, it's a contradiction. You could be speaking to the brothers and uplifting them and all of that with the killers. Because my stepfather, God rest his soul, he was a pastor. West Side Chicago dude, thoroughly. Came from a life of selling drugs when he was younger and all of that. And he knew the street dudes and he would always try to speak life into them and uplift them and convince them to come to church and all of that. But he wasn't outside. He wasn't trying to portray no street dude. He was not. Right? He wasn't. You feel me? He had trying to save the community, trying to uplift the young shorties on the block, all of that. But he wasn't on that. You feel he wasn't trying to be no killer, none of that. You know what I mean? And my father, my biological father, the man that was in my life since day one, he wasn't trying to be no killer or nothing like that either. On no street, my father wasn't no street dude, but he was a man's, and he is a man's man in every sense of the word. But I would have said the same thing to Mase. Mase, what you doing? Is you a killer? Is you a street dude? You a pastor or you a street dude? Like which one? How you a street dude turn pastor turn street dude again? It just don't make sense. All these flip flopping. Which one is it, dog? Cause where I'm from, Chicago, we gonna look at you like a goofy. You know what I mean? And whatever. You know, but yeah, like I said, everybody not playing like that. So some of y'all that's joking, that's playing. Everybody don't play the same. And so Shannon trying to let them know, hey, look, you throw shots at me, I'm going to throw shots back, bro. It ain't going to be that type of party where you just going to say what you want to say and ain't nobody going to say nothing back to you because you a street dude. Shannon like, I ain't going for that. So we can have at it, fam. And I respect that. Stand on your square, Shannon. I ain't saying you got to fight everybody and nothing like that, but saying throw shots back, they throw shots at you. All that ignoring, nah, man. See, because dudes like Mase and Cam, Cam respects Shannon, so I ain't going to say Cam. But dudes like Mase in particular, well, both of them, they both got similar personalities. They keep trying to play with you until you bomb back. And then when you bomb back, we can keep bombing because I ain't a scary dude. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, might be going a little too far. You being sugary, doing sugary stuff. All right, bro, we gonna see what sugary, fam. We gonna see. We gonna have to holler at me. We gonna talk man to man. We gonna see how gorilla you are in person. Is you gonna be a gorilla like that? Are you gonna be a gorilla? Or you gonna turn into pastor? Or you gonna, you know what I mean? Because then there's nothing wrong with being a pastor, being a God-fearing man. But you gotta, come on. Mase be talking some street stuff again. And which one is it, fam? That's what I'm saying. People are like, oh, you too Shannon, too sensitive. Man, listen. And think, oh, because you being sensitive about it, oh, you gay. No, bro. Like I told y'all, where I come from, Chicago dudes do not like being a butt of jokes like that unless it's amongst their friend group. And unless you be joking on them in front of some girls or something, it's going to go up. But yeah, randomly making people the butt of your joke, Mars going to see about you. What's happening? What's cracking, shorty? What's going on? What you talking about? What you talking about? And again, there's nothing to brag about because there's a lot of stuff that's going on here that shouldn't be going on, that I don't advocate for at all. But sometimes people be crossing lines and being habitual line steppers and think there's no consequences to it, so they keep this shit going and going and going and going. Hey, man, everybody ain't playing like you, homie. So you got to know. Hey, you say some people bound to say something back. So all that, I don't think people, oh, Shannon wrong. He ain't even say nothing. He was just playing. See, y'all thought it was about the part about him being brolic to fight. No, that whole you doing sugary stuff. When you do sugary, everybody ain't playing about their sexuality like that. Mars gonna see what's up, bro. You feel me? And Mase ain't too high up to not get knocked out either. You know, no disrespect. But stuff can happen to anybody. You know, just because we love Mase and we love them, don't mean we gotta agree with everything they do. Again, Mase was I was really into Mase music. My brother was one of the biggest Biggie fans I ever knew, especially in Chicago, Illinois. So I was listening to bad boy artists like Mase and all that. Mase was carrying the flag for Bad Boy. And I respect like his music, his pen, all of that. But you gotta stop playing like that. Everybody ain't playing like you, homie. So the way you playing, people might be playing different. Everybody gonna like, hey, what's up? What's to that you said? And make you stand on it. So yeah, man. Hey, and I'm with Shannon. Mars ain't finna keep throwing bombs and throwing shots, and I ain't gonna say nothing back. I'm not, cause I ain't that type of dude either. Like, you know, I like to take the high road, but when you start trying to play with me and box me in, like I told y'all, you know, where I grew up, I always been this. So Mars used to try to throw little slices at me and thought I wasn't gonna do nothing back. I'm not that type of dude. I was raised to hit back, to bomb back. That's just who I was raised to be. I wasn't raised to let nobody throw shots and bully me or nothing. So, and I don't think Shannon was raised like that. So he's like, what's up? What's cracking? Yeah, I'll let you know who you know and what type of dudes you from and where you from. It's cool. But when I'm talking to you man to man, them dudes that probably be with Mase ain't gonna be with them dudes all the time by himself. I mean, he ain't gonna be with them dudes surrounded by him that he probably hang with all the time. You're gonna be by yourself at some point. Some point you by yourself. And you're gonna have conversations with the dudes you throwing shots at. And we gonna see what your energy like, what your temperature like. You know? And like I said, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, in Harlem or New York. Well, last time when allegedly, from what I knew, when Mase got into some trouble out there, he ran into the arms of the Lord. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you got to be careful when you're talking all this street gangster bravado back now. You got to be careful now. Because we knew what you did previously. And to be going from gangster to pastor to gangster again is clowned out to me. That's foolish to me. That's why Noriega said something about him too. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.